Today, we're jumping on board a really important flight. We're talking about Cathay Pacific's journey connecting the amazing city of Chennai in South India all the way to the global powerhouse that is Hong Kong.
So what's a 5.5-hour flight like this actually like? I mean, from the moment you check in to when you grab your bags. Well, we're going to break down the entire journey step by step based on what it's really like on the ground and in the air. So let's dive in.
Okay, first things first. Let's talk about why this route even matters. Because, this isn't just any flight. It's basically a super important bridge, a vital link connecting two huge parts of Asia.
So let's get the basic details out of the way. You're looking at a trip that's about 3,700 kilometers. It's operated by Cathay Pacific, of course, and you'll be in the air for around 5.5 hours. Yep, a pretty standard medium-haul international flight.
So who's actually taking this flight? Well, it's a real mix of people. You've got your business travelers zipping between two major economic hubs. You've got students, tourists, and this is a big one. Tons of people who are just using Hong Kong as a jumping-off point to get to places like Japan, Korea, or even all the way to North America.
All right, let's get into the journey itself. Starting right at the beginning, the ground experience. What's it like when you first get to Chennai International Airport?
So the international terminal in Chennai, it's functional. It gets the job done. It's got everything you need. Duty-free shops, places to eat, and security and immigration are usually pretty smooth. The only thing you got to watch out for, it can get seriously packed during those peak travel times.
So if we were to put a number on it, the airport gets a pretty solid 3.8 out of 5. Like I said, it works, but it's maybe not going to blow you away. And let's keep that number in mind, because it'll be our baseline for comparison later.
Okay, so we're through security, we've found our seats, we're on the plane. Now for the main event, right? The actual 5-hour flight through the night?
The plane for this particular trip is the Airbus A330. Now, for those who know their planes, you'll know this is a wide-body jet. And what that really means for everyone else is more space. It just feels way more comfortable than being crammed into a smaller, single-aisle plane.
And once you're inside, you'll see the economy cabin is set up in a 2-4-2 configuration. And that is great news, because it means fewer of those dreaded metal seats. The seats themselves are this modern green color. You get your own little entertainment screen, and the cabin crew is known for being super professional and on top of things. There's this one description that I just love. It really paints a picture of that moment. The plane lifts off into the warm night, and you can just imagine looking out the window and seeing the city lights stretching out along the coast. That's when you know the trip has really started. So after that beautiful takeoff, the plane just steadily climbs up and up, all the way to its cruising altitude of 38,000 feet. I mean, way up there, you're flying above most of the weather, which is exactly what you want for a smooth overnight flight. And one thing Cathay Pacific is famous for is its full service experience. So pretty soon after you hit that cruising altitude, the cabin crew gets to work on the meal service. We're talking hot main meal, dessert, a bread roll, and of course, all the tea, coffee, and soft drinks you want. So a few hours go by, you're flying high over the South China Sea. Maybe you've had a nap and you wake up to see the sunrise over the water. And then the plane starts its descent. You're about to land in one of the most famous airports on the planet. And wow, the arrival experience? It's like night and day compared to where we started. Hong Kong International Airport is just truly world-class. Seriously, it's not just a place to catch a plane, it's a destination. You've got luxury shopping malls, incredible restaurants, and everything is ridiculously efficient. Immigration is a breeze, and get this, your bags are often on the carousel in just 10 to 15 minutes. And remember that rating from before? Well, check this out. Hong Kong Airport gets a massive 4.8 out of 5. That just shows you the incredible standard we're talking about here. And really, that difference between the airport you leave from and the one you arrive at, that's a huge part of this whole story.
And that amazing efficiency doesn't stop once you're out of the terminal. Oh no. The connections to the city are fantastic. You can hop on the Airport Express train and boom, you're in downtown Hong Kong in just 24 minutes. It's totally seamless.
All right, so we've looked at the departure, the arrival, and the actual flight in between. Let's wrap this all up and get to the final review, the final verdict.
So let's break it down. Pros and cons. The highlights? That's easy. It's the in-flight experience, hands down. You've got that spacious, wide-body plane, really good food and entertainment, and a top-notch crew. On the flip side, the minor drawbacks are really all about the ground experience, a crowded airport in Chennai, and the fact that some of these flights leave pretty late at night.
So the big question, what's the final score for the whole trip? Well, when you add everything up, the overall flight experience gets a really strong 4.5 out of 5. Bottom line, this is a super comfortable, reliable, and high-quality way to get from Chennai to Hong Kong.
And that really brings us to the final thought here. When you think about how good the flight is and the world-class hub it connects you to, you have to ask, for travelers coming out of South India, is this the best possible gateway to the rest of the world? It really, really makes a strong case, doesn't it?